Good morning and welcome to the next experiment, regulation of alternator by EMF method. In this regulation of alternator by EMF method, we are going to conduct OC and SC test on an alternator, and we'll take up the readings and find the alternator. So before going to this alternator test, let me see what is the main aim of the experiment. So the main aim of the experiment is to predetermine the regulation of three-phase alternator by EMF method. This was the main aim. You can see the aim to predetermine the regulation of alternator by EMF method. The next thing is what are the nameplate details. When you perform this experiment, you have to first note down the nameplate details. You have two main motors here. One is DC motor, one is three-phase alternator. So three-phase alternator field is supplied by a DC motor, and you have to note down all the values of the rated voltage, rated current, rated speed, rated power, and excitation voltage, excitation current, excitation voltage of armature, and excitation current of armature in DC motor. And in alternator, you have to find out rated frequency, excitation voltage, excitation current. These are the nameplate details which you have to note down from the experiment, from the hardware kit. So now let us go to the next one. These are the apparatus required. So apparatus required is I require two ammeters, I require two voltmeters, I require a rheostats, two rheostats, I require tachometer and a TPST switch. Is not required. If it is needed, you can use it. All the quantities I have to take 111 and the ratings are given below. You can choose any of the above ratings. Now, these are the apparatus of any machine. Now, let me see the circuit diagram. Let me start with the circuit diagram. OC and SC test of a synchronous generator. I have a right hand side. I have, you can see here, right hand side. This is an alternator. This is an alternator, and this is the supply side. To excite this alternator, I am exciting from a DC motor. In DC motor, I have two rheostats, rheostat 1, rheostat 2, and I have field winding FF of DC motor, and separately one field I will be exciting the alternator. So this motor, two positions are there. Field rheostat is always kept in minimum and armature is always kept in maximum. With this experiment, I'll be finding out my OC and SC test of a synchronous generator. Now, what is the procedure? Let me start with the procedure, student. First, make the connections as per the circuit diagram. Next, close the DPST switch. If I go here, I have to close this DPST switch. You can see the DPST switch. Next step is adjust the motor field rheostat till the speed of the generator is achieved. So you can see in the circuit, this is your field rheostat 14 ohms by 12 amperes. You have to adjust that till you get rated speed. Next one is I have to conduct two tests here, OC test, SC test. So how to conduct my OC test is excite the alternator field rheostat in steps till alternator builds 125% of its rated voltage, and note down the corresponding values of generated EMF and shunt field current. So what you have to do is, see your circuit, I have to excite my alternator field. See, if you see here, I have a excitation separately with FFF. You can see here, you can see here, students, this is my FFF of the alternator, and you have to vary this and excite in such a way that it builds 125% of the speed in my alternator, and at that point you have to note down the voltage as well as the field current, this current, not this ammeter, this current. And here your TPST should be open circuit test. See the TPST switch, here I am putting a TPST switch, it can be opened, Without TPST switch also you can perform this experiment. But if I put a TPST switch, I can perform my OC and SC at one attempt. So I have used a TPST switch. Now, let me go to the next one. Again, I have to make my alternator field rheostat in maximum position. Now, how to conduct SC test? So, what I have to do in SC test is I have to close my TPST switch. So, what I have to do? I have to close this. You can see here TPST switch. I have to close this. I have to close this TPST switch, and then I have to excite the alternator field rheostat in steps till alternator reaches to rated current or short circuit current, and note down the corresponding value of field current. So what I have to do is, you can go here, I have to excite my alternator by varying my FFF field current of my alternator, such that I will get rated current. This rated current you will get from your nameplate details. From your nameplate details, you can see the short circuit current. So I will excite my alternator in such a way that I will get my rated current. When I get my rated short circuit current, I have to note down rated current, short circuit current, and excitation current. That is what you will be doing in your SC test. This is about ST test. Now again, keep the field rheostats in minimum position and open the DPST switch when your experiment is completed. Now this is the procedure part you have to learn, students. Now how to draw the graph is very important for EMF method. First thing is, you have to go for open circuit test and you have to go for short circuit test. So what you have to do is, from the graph, I have to find out E voltage per phase. You won't be getting your tabular column per phase, but you have to find out E1 per phase, and you have to take your field current. Now, you can see the value of E naught. So these are the calculations. Before going to these calculations, I'll just take up a simple problem and I will explain you how to calculate regulation using EMF method. Then you can apply the formulas to the same method. So let me start with the problem. I'm taking a machine having voltage VL as 2000 volts. You can take here in your lab, you will be taking the voltages to 440 volts. But I am taking a simple example where my VL is 2000 volts. And I will be getting my field amps. The data will be given. These all data you will be getting from your experiment. Field amps, OC terminal voltage. These are the tabular columns you have to take from the experiment. So field ampere versus terminal voltage. I am taking some values. Of the field ampere, OC terminal voltage, SC armature current in ampere. Armature current in ampere. So you will be taking 10, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50. Similarly, in your lab, you have to find out your currents versus voltage in your OC test. Then OC field ampere versus SC short circuit current. You will be getting only one value, student, for your SC armature current in ampere in the lab. Here I am taking, for example, many values of this SC armature current. In your lab, you will be getting only one value. So I have taken 800, 1500, 1760. I have taken 2000. I have taken 2350. I have taken 2600. SC current is 200, 250, 300. These are the values given here. So first thing you have to do is you have to find out your V phase. What is your V phase? V phase equal to VL by root 3. VL by root 3. It was 1154.7 volts after calculations. Next, I have to find out my IL. IL equal to IL. I have given 2000 volts and 1000 kVA. 1000 kVA. This ratings in your lab you will be taking from your nameplate details. So 1000 into 10 cube by root 3 into 2000. So your IL is 288.671 ampere. Now, these are the values you have to take. Now you have to plot the graph with these values. So let me go to the next one. I am taking two axes, students. I'll be taking two axes. Draw this graph relevant to your experimental tabular column values in the lab. Here I am just showing a simple one example. So I am taking 0, I am taking 200, 400, 600, 800, 1000, 1200, 1400, 1600, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. This is amperes. My x-axis is current, field current. It is IF. This is my VOC per phase. VOC per phase. Now let me draw the first curve. You check the first values in the previous slide. You can check in the previous slide. At 10, what is my voltage? 800. So what I have to do is, at 10, you mark 800. So this is my 10 student. At 10, I will put a cross here, 800. Next, at 20, 1500. Somewhere here I will get. Next, at 25, I'll be getting 1760 somewhere here. Next, at 30, I'll be getting somewhere here. This is approximately I am doing. You can do it neatly. At 40, 2350. So almost at the top. At 50, 2600. So I'll be joining this. This is my OCC curve, open circuit characteristics curve. Now, I have to draw my SCC characteristics. SCC characteristics, if I go, in the previous slide you can see, I have to draw between field ampere and SC armature current in amps. So what I have to do is, at my 20 field ampere, my current is 200. So I'll be taking one more scale on this side. I will be marking that as 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300. This is my ISC current. So now at your field ampere 10, what is your ISC to 200? So check 200 versus 10. I'll be getting somewhere here. Next, sorry, it was at 20. It was at 20. So at 20 in the tabular column it was 200. So I'll be getting here somewhere a point. Next, at 25, 250. You can check here 250 at 25. Next, at 30, 300. At 30, 300. So draw a straight line joining all the points. This is your SEC characteristics. In your lab also you have to do it in the same way. So I have got OCC and SEC characteristics. Now let me come to the problem. So if I go to the next one, from the previous slide, you can see, from my previous slide, you can see the graph. You can see the graph before. This is my previous slide. So in my previous slide, I have got ILS to 88.67. So what I will be doing here is, I will be taking IA phase, for IA phase 288.6751. I have to find out my IF. Very important. I have to find out my IF. So how to find is, go back to your graph. Go back to your graph. Now, refer IAPH to 88.6751. So what you will do, IAFPH means it is IA short circuit, 288 point, approximately here. So I will project it with a dotted line. I'm coming back. I'm projecting it in the back line, and I have to find out my IF corresponding to it. So my IF corresponding to it is approximately 28.5. If you do it, you will get 28.5. So go to the next slide. For IAPH 288.675, my IF is 28.5 ampere. This I got it from the figure. Now, this is for which graph? From which graph I got this? From my SEC graph. Now let me go to OCC graph. OCC graph. So I'll go back again, and for IF 28.5, I will extend this upwards. I will extend this upwards, and I will take it, extend this upwards and take it. So your VOC pH will be 1060. Student, if you draw neatly in a paper, you will get the exact values. Since I have taken approximately OCC curve, I am not getting so accurately. But from this curve, for IF, draw it neatly with accurate values. For IF 28.5 ampere, my VOC per phase is 1060 volts. 1060 volts. Now, I have to calculate my ZS and RA. So, how to calculate my ZS? ZS equal to VOC per phase by IASC per phase. You have to do the same way for your calculations also. You have to find out just ZS, you have to find out RA using that one more different circuit, and you have to find out XS. Then only I can find regulation. So my VOC per phase, see, I didn't get accurately 1060 because my OCC I have drawn approximately. You take the accurate values, you will get 1060 by 288.6751. I will be getting my ZS as 3.672 ohms. So in the problem, RA is given as 0.2 ohms. Then my XS equal to root of ZS square minus RA square equal to, my ZS square is root of 3.672 whole square minus 0.2 whole square. You substitute it, you will be getting 3.667 ohms. So these values you have to calculate in your lab experiments also. Now, how to calculate? See, in your lab, you have to take a power factor 0.8, leading, lagging 0.6, 0.4, 0.2. So here I am showing you one example. At cos phi equal to 0.8 lagging, I will be finding my E naught. I will be finding my E phase. So E phase whole square, the formula is equal to BPH cos phi plus IA RA whole square plus BPH sin phi. Since it was lagging, I am taking plus. If it was leading, it will be minus. So plus IA XS whole square. This is my BPH. I'll show you this formula, students. Before also, I've skipped one slide. In that slide, you can see this formula with the phasor diagram. You can see the formula with the phasor diagram. You can see here, this is a EMF method. How you got this from the phasor diagram? You can see it. I have IA, I have V. So current lags V by an angle of phi. Current lags V by an angle of phi. So what I'll be getting next is, I have to get IAXS. This is my E naught, how I have plotted. IARA will be in the same direction I have taken. IAXI perpendicular to it, resultant is IAZS. So this is your E naught joining vector. Now if I take the full triangle OBD, you can see here from the phasor diagram. OD square equal to OB square plus BD square. Now what is your OD square? E naught square. E naught square or EG square. Anything is fine. EG equal to OA is B cos phi plus IA RE square plus B sin phi plus IA XS whole square. The same thing I have done with an example. So now what you are going to do here is, I am going to take the same example with values and I'll be finding out my V phase at this value. So what is your V phase? Check your V phase before. You got your V phase of the supply in the first slide as 115.4.7 into power factor is 0.8 plus your IA per phase 288.6751 into RA is 0.2. This RA all you have to perform in the laboratory. I'll be sharing you the hardware of the experiment also. There you will be taking all these values plus VPH. Same thing, 1154.7 into 0.6 sin 5 plus 288.6751 into your excess, see the calculations of excess in the previous slide, 3667 whole square. Calculate this value, student. You will be getting your EPH as 2007.6615 volts, which is very, very important. See, in your laboratory, I've showed you only at one value of 0.8 lagging. But in the lab, you have to take 0.8, 0.6, 0.4, 0.2, lagging and leading. Both the values you have to take. I've shown you only one value how to do it. Now, let me come to the percentage regulation. So the formula for percentage regulation equal to EPH minus VPH by VPH into 100. This is my percentage regulation. So what is your EPH? You have calculated 2007.6615. I got from the previous slide, minus my VPH is 1154.7 by 1154.7 into 100. This is my percentage regulation. So my percentage regulation is 91.18% only at 0.8 lagging. 0.8 lagging, I got this value. In the lab, you have to use for lagging as well as leading. Both the things, lagging as well as leading. So this is your expected graph. I hope you can fill this expected graph now. You can fill the expected graph. So in your expected graph, how you have to fill this is left blank. You have to fill it, students. This is my IF. This is my VOC per phase. This is my VOC per phase. And I'll get my OCC. And one more axis I'm taking. This is my IS. And one straight line I will be getting SEC. This is my expected graph. And if you do like this, you will be getting a result where alternator EMF method is used for calculating load test. Thank you. I hope you all understood the theoretical calculations, and I'll be sharing you the video how the experiment is conducted.